I've got stuck in my head. Na 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 na. It won't go away. Help me make it go away. Hello, let's talk so I can get that out of my head. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Live Chat. It's going to be a fun one today. We're going to be talking about beauty brands and how, like, pretty much every brand that's like here, as far as when we think about brands that are super popular, have the potential of crashing and burning, which it's the volatility of the market and all of that. And there's so much competition, but I wanted to specifically focus on Kylie Cosmetics and Urban Decay and any other brands that you feel are relevant to this topic. I think it's an interesting topic talking about, what makes a brand popular and then what makes them fall from grace. And it isn't always drama. Sometimes it's, quote unquote, cancel culture or accountability culture. Sometimes it's other things that are less dramatic, but just as important as far as the marketing of a brand. Well, maybe not just as important, but important in marketing a brand. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, kind of building off of the What's Up in Makeup show, where we talked about the reason why Kylie Cosmetics has shut everything down. It is temporary, but they've shut everything down as of now. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. But before we do, I do want to say a quick good morning to the people that are here live in the collective brain of Makeup Awesomeness, because they are the ones that add the magic to live chat, because it isn't just about my opinion. It's about the opinion of the public opinion. It's about everybody's opinion and having a discussion, not just me, blah, 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 and it's you, just my opinion. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on all of this. We've all had different interactions with these brands. So I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. So let's go ahead and say good morning to Vicky. Vicky, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. AA is in the house. Lisa from Sincerely LGS is here. Go check out her YouTube channel. Saucer Jess is here. Saucer Jess, let me just take a moment. Saucer Jess is well loved by a lot of us YouTubers. Saucer Jess goes on our channels and she comments these little hearts. And like the people that she follows, we all know Saucer Jess. We all know her. Back a long, long time ago, back in the baby stages of YouTube, there was a guy named Mikma, and Mikma would comment, "Mikma is here." And you knew you had made it as a YouTuber when Mikma commented, "Mikma is here." Like, we were like, "Oh, Mikma made it to my videos," That's the way I kind of feel about Saucer Jess now. Like, when Saucer Jess finds you and gives you a little heart, you know you've made it. Hi to Jen Unboxed. Welcome back. Kimberly, welcome back. Marissa, good to see you. Let's see. Teresa M.O., thank you for being here. And thank you to all the moderators for being here and helping us with chat. Really appreciate you so very much. Alicia, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Ginger Genie, welcome back. Christine, hello. So good to see you. Sorojan, welcome back as always. And if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Sometimes when I scroll down, it just kind of like drops to the bottom. And that's what happened. So I lost everybody. But good morning to everybody. It's so good to see you. So let's start talking about brands. And I figured we would start talking about Kylie Cosmetics first. And this is kind of the way that I saw Kylie Cosmetics when they started. It was, millennial pink out the wazoo. I mean, it was just pink everywhere. And Kylie was like hot and like the thing. And, very, very popular. Everybody kind of, not everybody, but, definitely had the attention of people, wanting to dress like Kylie, some people wanting their lips like Kylie, people were really into her. So when she launched her own beauty brand with lip kits, I think that was really, really smart of her, because people were all about Kylie's lips. And of course, we all know that, she's talked about this publicly, that she's had fillers, which doesn't matter, is in the long run. But I think a lot of people were looking for that look because she had these quote unquote perfect lips. So launching lip kits was so, so incredibly smart. To get that Kylie pout. And then she expanded to other things. But I think what happened with her is that I don't think the quality was there along with the marketing. And I think people got bored, to be honest. I don't think, especially the quality was not there, at least with the eyeshadows that I tried. The lip products, actually, I didn't think were bad. I thought that they were fine, but they weren't great. And I think people just got bored. I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion, is that they just kind of got boring. But I would love to know what you all think. This is interesting. Catherine says popularity fades. Bad to have a brand linked to a person without quality. Yes, and I think that's kind of the general theme of this chat, is that I think what it all comes down to is, no matter what your initial marketing is, no matter what your initial thing that makes you popular, that makes you stand out, what really needs to stand out is the quality of the products. If you have the best packaging, the best collabs, the best marketing, the best face behind the brand, if people buy it and they feel like it's not something they want to use, they're not going to go back and buy other things from that brand. And I think that's really what it comes down to. I think Catherine hit the nail on the head on this. Yeah. Sarah makes a good point. The lip kits were smart because they could never find the matching liner. Yeah, because a lot of people really want to have a liner that complements their other lip products. So I agree with Sarah. Absolutely. Yeah, this too, Thriving and Beyond. I agree. After a while, KKW didn't seem innovative any longer, just more of the same time and time again. Boredom does set in. And I think that, when it comes to more natural looking products, which is, I think, what Kylie and Kim both really focus on, that's what a lot of people wear and what a lot of people want. And it's very popular for a reason. There's a reason why Tarte mostly comes out with natural products, why even, Too Faced comes out with a lot of natural products, because that's what sells the most. A lot of people are scared of color, and or they just don't want bright colors on their eyes. So I think with eyeshadow palettes specifically, I feel like, you can only do so many shades of brown. And when you have people collecting makeup, like a lot of us here do, not a lot of, when we get outside of our bubble here on YouTube and in our makeup enthusiast space, I think things change a bit. But I feel like a lot of us that are the enthusiasts that buy a lot of things as almost as collectors, we really do get bored with the natural palettes over and over again when we realize we already have those colors. So you have to be able to reach beyond the makeup enthusiast to the general consumer, and that's what they like, is natural stuff. But then, like, how many times can you release a natural eyeshadow palette? It's like eventually you're like, dude, you already did this like 1,000 times. Like it loses the magic. Boredom sets in. Exactly. Yeah, this is an interesting point, Pip. I personally didn't bother. I think because she had filler, I didn't see what her lip kits would do for me. And I think that's a perspective that I think a lot of us miss sometimes. And that's why all this advertising has worked for so long. I think we need to adopt what Pip is saying in a way, in that, when we see these models, when we see Kylie, when we see Kim, when we see these, quote unquote perfect looking people, we need to realize we're not going to look like that, because the average person doesn't look like that. That we need to be realistic on what these products are going to do for us. And I think it's easy to impulse buy and really rely on how these products look on people that don't look like us. You know what I mean? So I think that's really smart, Pip. Yeah, see, I've never tried these. Shannon says Kylie's highlighters are good. At least 2 years ago they were. I've never tried Kylie's highlighters, but I feel like, this is kind of the way I'm feeling about makeup just in general recently. And this is just I've been on this YouTube channel for what, 8 years, almost 9 years, and it's like. A lot of us have been collecting makeup and buying these new releases for so long. It's like, how many shades of highlighter do we need? If it's not going to add something, if it's not going to add something new. Because really, when we put highlighter on our faces, there's amount of shine that's a variable. There's the shade of it, the tone of it that's variable. But a lot of the tones of highlighter and blush can get very, very similar, and it's like, can you really tell the difference between a lot of the things in your collection when you put them on your face? You may be able to tell in a swatch that they're different, but can you really tell when they're diffused onto your face? I feel like eyeshadows, we can get more differences, I guess, because we can really pack it on. We can put it on lighter. But I feel like face products, it's like, how many of these do we really need? But Shannon, I have heard that Kylie's highlighters are good. I've never tried them personally, though. Yeah, and I think it was really smart, Lou, of her going into the skincare realm. I think that was very smart of her because you can only do so much makeup, and I feel like skincare is more consumable almost, where you may buy something and it doesn't quite work for you and you want to try something different to see if it works better for you. Lou says, I tried the Kylie cleanser and it was drying. I use it to clean my makeup brushes. That's very smart repurposing. Very, very smart. I did. What was the video? Oh, we were talking about FabFitFun, which was a sponsored video. Every time I mention it, I have to say it's a sponsored video, but this chat is not sponsored. We were talking about the vitamin C. I ended up with 2 vitamin C products. People were saying, just put it on your body, like when you get an extra hydrating moisturizer, put it on your feet, and it's so smart. To, like Lou's saying, take your cleanser that you don't like and use it for your makeup brushes. I mean, of course, you're taking a risk there. Obviously, you don't want your makeup brushes fall apart. But every time I've ever used any kind of cleanse, I've never had a makeup brush fall apart, except for when early on I didn't know what I was doing and I was taking the brush. Do I have a brush here? This brush is really dirty. This is a good example. And running the water this way. And then my makeup brush fell apart. And I'm like, why? Why did you fall apart? It's because I got the water all in the ferrule and the glue got all messed up and all the bristles fell out. And that was my fault. I did that. But that's the only time I've ever really had problems with washing brushes, was when I didn't know what I was doing. All right, let's do a little bit more about Kylie and then let's talk about Urban Decay. This is interesting. Jane says, I don't wear makeup. It's entertainment for me. So I want to see the crazy new colors, like a green screen, I don't understand the last part. I'm not comprehending for some reason, but yeah, I can understand that. And it's funny how more people I've seen in my comment section are saying they don't wear makeup. They're just watching it for the entertainment value. Jane is not alone. I've been seeing that more and more. Are people saying, I'm not buying anything. I'm just watching this just to see what happens. Oh, this is interesting. Hi, Andy. Andy says another big problem for both Kylie and KKW is that they're ridiculously expensive to ship unless you live in the US. So they're both really only catering to an exclusively American audience. And I did not know that. Thank you so much for contributing that, Andy. I really appreciate it. Andy's been around forever. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate you so much. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Jake's Baby Cakes. Don't forget to hit the like button for Jen. Thank you. Yeah, if you're enjoying chat, hit the like button. It only takes a second. Very easy to do, and it does help it tells YouTube basically, hey, there are people that like this. Other people may like it, and puts it in front of more eyes so they have the choice to click. So, let's see. Tip Top Tia says, I totally agree with Andy. I do too. I do too. All right, let's talk a little bit about Urban Decay, because I feel like Urban Decay is a totally different situation. Very, very different, because Urban Decay, to my knowledge, didn't build up because of any celebrity or, they've had a lot of collabs, but I feel like Urban Decay built up for a lot of reasons. First was their edgy marketing, I believe, and you can totally correct me if I'm wrong here, because I wasn't around for the birth of Urban Decay. I wasn't buying it in high school. I did not have money for something like that. I barely had money for CoverGirl eyeliner. Like, I was not, I think it was Revlon eyeliner, actually, my black eyeliner that I used to use. I'm pretty sure it was Revlon. But yeah, I didn't buy Urban Decay. That was way out of my realm of things. So I jumped into Urban Decay when I started this YouTube channel back in 2012. And what I remember Urban Decay becoming popular for was the edgy names based on, drugs and sex and, all of these things that, people were like, whoa, dude. Like, because before that, there really wasn't anything like that, in my opinion, from what I remember. And it was also just the bright colors were not really seen very often. You go into the drugstore or go into, the department store and you would see, the same natural colors. And Urban Decay was kind of like hard candy when they came out with all of the crazy color nail polishes, the blues and the greens and the yellows and things. Urban Decay kind of did that for makeup. And I believe that's why they became popular. They also had very interesting packaging. The packaging was dark and it was poppin', like it was different. It was edgy. It was, it had drawers and, it was just unique. All right. Then they go into they kind of switched gears and they created something for the everyday person where they created the Naked palettes, Naked 1, Naked 2, Naked 3. And that's when they really blew up because they became not just an edgy brand for people that wanted those bright colors, but they became a brand that was popular with anybody that wanted to wear eyeshadow. And then of course they capitalized that on for a very long time. And I think now, well, first I do feel like their quality stayed where quality of other products, we started to get in the ABHs and, all these other brands that were really making these fantastic quality products. And I feel like Urban Decay, a lot of their shadows were hit and miss where, they would either blend away or maybe they were so pigmented that they didn't blend, where I feel like they didn't really keep up on the quality when quality started improving in their competitors. I also think that everybody else started coming out with those bright colors, those edgy names. I mean, now we even have BH Cosmetics coming out with an F off palette, with the words spelled out with no asterisk. Like it is like out there. Edgy isn't different anymore. Bright colors aren't different anymore. It's not unique anymore. So they've kind of lost what made them special. And I think that the quality of the products isn't stellar. It's good, but it isn't stellar. And when you're competing with brands that have good packaging, good marketing, and they are stellar, it's like, what are you going to choose? Because there's nothing really making Urban Decay stand out. And I think what's making them stand out now is the prints, when they did Game of Thrones, when what else did they do? They did I'm trying to think what else. I'm looking around because I have all of those things. Like what else? Help me out. But they're doing these collabs that's making them stand out. But other than that, I feel like they're not really like creating something that makes them be different. And I think it's just because the market has gotten so huge from when Urban Decay started. And it's just really hard to be different. I mean, how do you make something different when you've been doing this for so long? Just a very quick shout out and thank you to Thriving and Beyond for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate you so very much. Let's see what you all have to say. Yeah, this is interesting. Really good point, Becky. Urban Decay has decided to rest on their laurels. They just think people are going to buy because they're Urban Decay. They need to understand that indie brands are blowing them out of the water. And I think that is a great point, Becky, about indie brands, because I do feel like indie brands kind of took over the market where Urban Decay was dominating for so many years. And Urban Decay hasn't jumped on those indie brand trends of the duochromes and multichromes where I feel like they're really missing a huge market with that. I mean, like today, I'll show you when we get to what I'm wearing, but like I'm wearing this Pat McGrath palette that my friend sent me. Thank you. I love it so much. But there's this duochrome in here that I have on my eyes. Hopefully, I don't know if there you go. There's the green. You can see the green on my eyes better than anything. But I mean, I don't know why more brands aren't doing that. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's been literal years since indie brands started really doing the duochromes and multichromes. And I feel like Urban Decay is the perfect brand to really crush that market. And they just don't. And I don't know why. I don't get it. I just don't. Yeah, this is interesting. Monica says, meant to start out with saying Urban Decay is edgy as opposed to rude or crude. Yeah, I mean, some people did find them to be crude in the beginning, but I agree. I don't think anyone ever found them to be rude, where I think maybe this might be, I read a comment and it distracted me because I was so happy and then I lost it. I think that maybe BH might have gone a little too far. Might pushed it a little bit. Might push a little with the F off thing. Like, it's like, do I really want to look at that? I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. I don't know. Hi, Angie. Congratulations on 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I am so happy for you. Angie Newquist hits 100,000 subscribers this week. So proud of you, my friend. So excited for you. And you are 100% right. I do believe Melt and Kaleidos are coming for Urban Decay's brand. And I think that with Melt, you're talking about like where they did a lot of the pot themed, palettes and things like that. And they do have like the duochromes and all of that and the edginess and yeah, and I feel like they do it in a classy way. And Kaleidos, I mean, you did your collab with Kaleidos and that stuff is good. Actually, I wanted to mention, I got a lot of questions about what was on my eyes for the last video, which was FabFitFun, and it was Angie's palette with Kaleidos. Which I don't believe is available anymore, which makes me super sad because it's a fabulous palette. I love it so much. Thank you, Angie, for being here and congratulations. Yeah, totally. Angie says, different Angie, they were definitely more unique in the early days. Totally, totally. And Angie says it's all about the quality. Totally agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this is interesting. Teresa says, I see the journey of Urban Decay similar to Hot Topic. It used to be edgy and alternative and the one source in every mall, but now there are way more options. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, Banshee Muse, I feel like this too. And I haven't bought a lot of Melt Cosmetics because of this, that they're not consistent with their quality because I've heard that. I've personally really loved the Melt Cosmetics that I've bought, but I haven't bought a lot of the things that people are saying are not as good. So I think that's a thing. I think you're right. I think you're right. Sunny Candy loves Angie. I agree. Me too. Me too. Yeah, Patrick, great point. Patrick says, yet Orgy Blush has been used for years, better than Sex Mascara, sells more than any other. Edgy is still a big seller. Oh, totally. Totally. But I think you have to I don't know, do it right almost. I don't know. I just realized I really should have brought this darker color out more on my eyes. I'm looking at myself and I'm not enjoying how this darker color just stays down there. I wish it was a little higher up, but too late now. I'll fix it after chat because it's driving me nuts looking at myself. All right, but yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Patrick, I agree with you. I think edgy is still a big seller, 100%. I just think that it has to be done in a more appealing way, I guess. Totally agree though. All right, Dark Angel. I'm so excited about the BH collection. That's what needs to be done. Shake things up. If you don't like it, don't buy it. I agree with that too. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I'm wondering if there's more people like Dark Angel that are going to buy that BH Cosmetics collection. If you did not see it, you can go over to BH Cosmetics website or you can pop on What's Up in Makeup. I do show the palettes and the collection. There's a full picture of it in What's Up in Makeup if you want to watch it. Or you can just go to the BH Cosmetics website and see it, or their Instagram. But yeah, I think it's all about what you want to bring into your life. And if you really enjoy that, then yeah, I mean, it's I feel like BH Cosmetics, they really capitalize on those things that are popular. They're doing the birthstones. They did the astrology. I mean, they know how to get people with their interests. And this is a unique direction. I have to say I was surprised, but I think there are a lot of people like Dark Angel who are really going to be into it. Totally. Oh, just have to highlight this. Angelica, Tara says, Angelica, you've made me brave to try bold colors, and now I love them. Thank you. I'm sure she gets that comment all the time. Very inspirational. Yeah. This is interesting. BH Cosmetics of Edgy is better than J Star's version. Cough, cough. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just up to your own personal tastes. I mean, y'all know how I feel about J Star. So, you know. Why did I even click? Why am I even talking? I don't even know why I'm talking about it. It's called impulsivity. Yeah. Angela, I don't think that the the target audience is your 15-year-old daughter, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's that kind of thing, that we all did when we were kids. So, yeah. And with Urban Decay, how tragic the Prince palette is, I think I was really looking forward to like a true raspberry beret color, a true purple rain color. And I just don't see it. And that's kind of why I want to buy the palettes. I want to see if they look like that in person, or if maybe it's just the photography of it. Maybe there really is a raspberry beret color. Maybe there really is a purple rain color, and it's there. We just can't tell because it's a photo. I am the eternal optimist, I swear, to a fault. To a fault. I think I've said this before. I was in my friend's wedding many years ago, and she named all of her bridesmaids, and she named me the matron of brutal optimism. And I do feel like that still rings true today, and I will never forget her for that. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I still like, maybe it doesn't really look like that. Maybe if I get it in person, it won't really look like that. It's just so muted. I was so surprised that it's so muted. I mean, I guess if you think about his personal makeup style, wasn't really like, wasn't like a Boy George kind of situation where it was a lot of really bright colors. So they're probably more toward colors that Prince would have actually worn. But I don't know. I think that, having colors that matched his music, I think would have been cool, I don't know. I do. So what I think I'm going to get, the 2 palettes and the When Doves Cry pencil. I don't know why. I just want it because it's called When Doves Cry, and I know that's just marketing. I know I don't need it. I know I probably won't use it as much as I should. But it is kind of tragic. It is. It is. Oh yeah, or a little red Corvette. Absolutely, Banshee Muse, or a little red Corvette. I mean, they could have done a red. I wish that they had done like one more muted palette, one that was a little calmer, and one that had Purple Rain, Raspberry Beret, Little Red Corvette, and really went for it in the second one. That would have been cool. That would have been really cool. But I also feel like the shades, and you can correct me if I'm wrong again, is that a lot of the shades being more muted won't be as bold on people of deeper skin tones. Like I'm thinking about like the Mirror Beauty Company stuff, and Juvia's Place and all those Black-owned beauty brands. Well, I don't think Mirror Beauty Company is not Black-owned. They are people of color owned. But I think that they cater more toward those brighter colors to really set it off. And I feel like would have been really cool to have one that was a little calmer and one that was a little brighter, to really get that umbrella for people. I don't know. It makes me sad. Yeah, I agree, Ms. Mick Travel Chica. I agree. Photography can be crappy and affect a lot. Totally. No, Lana, I have not seen Doodles the Bunny's reactions on Instagram of the Prince collection. If you do not follow Doodles the Bunny on Instagram, they do mock-ups of palettes, and they are fantastic at it. And I've said this before, if I was ever going to have a makeup company, I would hire Doodles the Bunny to design my palettes. No doubt in my mind, if they were willing, I would hire them because they are fantastic at it. And I actually honestly feel bad for brands where Doodles the Bunny makes products for them, because it's like they're taking all the good ideas and making them. So now it's like, feel like the brand would have to like pay Doodles the Bunny in order to actually make them. You know, it's like, I kind of feel bad. You know, like if I owned Urban Decay and I saw like all of the palettes that they make for you know, Urban Decay mock-ups of their 12 pan palettes, like I'd be like, I mean, why don't they just pay them? Pay Doodles the Bunny and then use the ideas. That's my opinion. Because they're so much freaking better than the things they actually come out with. Oh, hey, shirt is always from TeePublic, which I am not sponsored. Do not buy them at full price. $14 sales a couple times a month. Get them then. If you didn't get it, that's what she said. I thought it was appropriate for today. Yeah, Leanne thinks I'm going to be disappointed with the Prince palette. I think I am going to be too. I admit it. But you know, it's just my personality to have more hope than natural. Than most people. It's just who I am. All right, so let's go ahead and take a little bit of break and talk about what's on my face today. Again, it's driving me nuts that I didn't bring this darker color up a little higher. I should have. But anyway, on my eyes today, this is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette that my longtime subscriber sent me, and I am so incredibly thankful. I'm really enjoying playing with this. So on my eyes today, I have this shade, this shade, this shade, this shade, and this one. This one's the one in my crease. And this one I put in my inner corner, but I might have itched it off. It may not be there anymore. But I feel like I rushed my eye look today. All right, on my cheeks today, I haven't used this in a while. So this was gifted. This, I believe, was PR California by Benefit. Back when I was on Benefit PR along. Oh, come on, man. John's dropping stuff over there. Back when I was on Benefit PR before, I was like, dude, you're sending me the same things over and over again. And they were like, they sent me one more thing of some different stuff, and then they took me off PR. But this is a really nice blush. It's pretty. It used to have an overspray of gold on it, but I rubbed that off. But yeah, so this is my blush for today. And then my highlighter, also gifted from my longtime subscriber that asked to remain nameless, the Pat McGrath highlighter in Divine Rose. This is so beautiful. I love it so much. It's got a little bit of a gold shift to it. It's like a peach gold shift. Beautifulness. I love it. It's very subtle though. It's not real bright, which I like occasionally. Sometimes I like real poppin' highlighters. Sometimes I like something a little more subtle. And then on my lips today, this is purchased. This is Truffle from Dose of Colors that I haven't worn in a while, but I really like this shade a lot. This is a repurchase. I bought one of those and ended up buying another one because mine was old and I needed another one. I love this one. So that is the main stuff that is on my face today. And now that we're at the halfway point, we can talk about more brands if you like. If there's other brands that you think about that you feel like fall into this category, we can definitely talk about them, or we can talk about something else. It is up to the people that are here live.
People were asking about Sugarpill. I haven't heard about Sugarpill.
Oh, Sugarpill. Yeah. Sugarpill's been releasing those, the long palettes, the ones that look like pills with the little dots in them. You know, I think it was IMATS. I got some Sugarpill stuff and I thought it was just okay. I think that it's the edginess. Like everybody's kind of doing that. Like they went from being a unique indie brand to an indie brand that kind of just disappears into the mix. You know, and I think some people don't like the pill theme, understandably. So I think that's part of it too. Yeah, this is interesting. Miss Travel Chica says, super upset that Ipsy and BoxyCharm is back to including DLS. I don't know why I thought it was DSL. DLS, private label products again, to be filler and overinflated priced crap. I get it's popular, but didn't even change the company they're getting it from. Yeah, if you don't know about that, they get a lot of they were basically exposed for being a private label company, just getting stuff just already done from China, from Alibaba, and then reselling it at astronomical prices. I've seen them at events. I've tried their products. I have not enjoyed a single product from that brand. Their liquid lipsticks are some of the driest, most uncomfortable liquid lipsticks I have ever tried, and they flake. I know I talked a couple weeks ago how I wasn't a fan of the Jaclyn Cosmetics ones. These are way worse. Way worse. They were not good. So, I mean, I think that it's because they can offer, this is my opinion, this is my thought, this is not from insider information. I think that part of the reason why they are able to go into BoxyCharm is because they do buy them at a lower cost, so they can afford to give BoxyCharm so many of them. But yeah, just I'm not a fan of that brand at all. Like the products I've tried from them, and like the inflation of the price is just outrageous. They had that, we talked about it, what was it, about a year ago, about that glow. It was like a gold something or another. And they found people found the exact same thing on Alibaba for like $1.50 a unit. And they were selling it for like, they were saying retail price was like $40 or something insane. I know I'm getting the exact numbers wrong, but it was something like that. I mean, in my opinion, if you get a good quality product, there's nothing wrong with private label. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just making sure to get a good quality product that is worth that price, and not just, you know, glycerin with gold in it. You know, like it's like, I don't know if that's exactly what was in that product, but I remember looking at the ingredient list and not being impressed at all for the price that they were sharing it. And you know, certain ingredients like gold, like, oh, it includes diamond powder, it includes gold, it includes, you know, all of these things. And it's like, dude, that does nothing for your skin. You know, nothing. Does nothing for your skin. I mean, there's some like marketing things where they say that it could do X, Y, and Z, but the science just isn't there. It's just not there, at least that I've seen. I'm not a professional, but at least that I've seen. I did ask to be removed from BoxyCharm PR. This is the second time I've asked to be removed. The first time they didn't remove me, but I think they finally actually removed me because I actually got confirmation that I was removed. So I don't want all the stuff anymore. Like I don't want it. I don't want the stuff. I have the stuff, and I'm not talking about it that much. They're not benefiting from the relationship. I'm not benefiting from the relationship. I'm not benefiting from the stuff. So there's no point in me getting BoxyCharm PR anymore, which makes me sad because I've been, you know, BoxyCharm, you know, I've been unboxing it since their second box, you know, or at least getting it since their second box. So yeah. Kind of made me a little sad because I'm a very sentimental person. But yeah. Okay, this is a really good topic, Sarah. Sarah says, did you see Jaclyn's recent video about getting bullied and all the negative comments on her Ulta video? Yes, I did. And I watched the whole thing. And all of us that have public platforms that you know, that put ourselves out here like this, we all are subjected to that. Jaclyn, but the thing is the bigger following you have, like Jaclyn, you get so much more of it. You get so much more of it. And the wider your reach, the larger that group of people that hate you get. And they can get really, really nasty. And then you get into the risk of being doxxed. You know, like I remember, you know, James Charles had people coming to his house, and, you know, it's really, there are really some awful people out there, and the internet really, you know, it gives the opportunity for people to interact that never would have interacted in day-to-day life, that you'd never have a conversation with in day-to-day life. And people that are attacking Jaclyn's looks, I think are awful. I think they're absolutely awful. I don't believe in attacking somebody's looks. I mean, attacking someone, saying someone's actions are bad, saying they made a bad choice, saying you don't like them as a person, that you don't think they're, you know, you don't like the way, like I say about different people, I don't like the way they present themselves. I mean, criticism is one thing, but attacking the way someone looks is, in my opinion, always wrong. Always wrong. So yeah, I did feel for her on that. And I appreciated that she once again tried to apologize for the lipstick situation, and how she said in the video in case you didn't watch it, she said that there was before lipsticks and after lipsticks, that this was a mark in her life. This was a thing. This was, kind of like how, some of us, maybe it's before college or after college, or before kids or after kids, or before high school, after high school. It was for her, it's before lipsticks and after lipsticks, because her life changed so much. And I thought that was interesting to hear. But I think that there are people that are going to be able to move past the lipsticks and what she chose to do. And there are people that aren't going to be able to move past it. And I don't think any amount of her explaining or justifying or apologizing is going to be enough for a large group of people. I think that some people have just decided that they're done. And it's not just the lipsticks. It's the Vault collection with Morphe, how they said that they were taking them all back and that they were reformulating, and because they weren't good quality, but then they came back reformulated and they were essentially the same thing. It's so many little things like that adding up for a lot of people. It's not just the lipsticks. So I get that, and I think that's going to be up to the individual person. And I had said, for me personally, that I wasn't going to review any more of her products after the lipstick thing, because I didn't feel like if something went wrong, that she would be honest about it. And I don't know how I feel now. I don't know her. That's the thing, is I don't know her. So there's really no way to do it. But when I saw her launch video for the lipsticks, I said earlier how I believe in people a little bit more. I believe in companies a little bit more. I believe in things a little bit longer than I should most times, because I don't want to make the mistake of writing somebody off before it's time. And that's why I've gotten myself in trouble for it. I bought more Jeffree Star stuff than I should have. I bought the Shane Dawson palette and didn't realize the things about that. I mean, there's mistakes that I've made because I've believed a little too long, way longer than I should have in some cases. And I feel like with Jaclyn, I wanted to try and see, because I do know that Jaclyn has it in her to create excellent quality products. I felt like with the Morphe palette, with the original, not original palette shade with Morphe, because I think she did one before, but the white one, that the shades she chose were phenomenal. She did a wonderful job with that. I felt like with her collab with Becca, with Champagne Pop and that palette, she did a fantastic job curating that palette. I know, and the lipstick formula was fantastic. I've said this, I gave it a positive review because I didn't know that other people were having issues. At that point, only one person had shown that they had an issue when I did the review. So I know she has it in her to create really high quality, really good products. And that made me, when she did the launch video for the lipstick, it made me really want to believe in her just a little bit more. Unfortunately, I was not a fan of the liquid lipstick formula or the lip liner formula. They were just fine. I felt like it was saying that they were amazing was overblown. And I feel like they could have been so much better. So I'm backing off from the brand just because I'm a little disenchanted, but I may buy something from the brand in the future. I don't know. But back to what Sarah's saying. I do think that any comments about the way that Jaclyn looks in a negative way are awful and should not be made. Period. 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 And that's not a ... of lips. That's like a period end again and again. Let's see what you all are saying. Yeah, Angie, I agree. You can be mad at her for what happened with the lipsticks, but bashing her for her looks is just petty and totally unnecessary. Just leave her be if you don't like her personally, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like, when you're in high school and there's people you just don't like. I mean, you can't get along with everybody. There's people you just don't like. So what do? Do you smash their books out of their hands? Do you put a kick me sign on their back? Do you hit them on the head or on the shoulder or bump into them on purpose on the way down the hallway? Or do you just not talk to them and leave them alone? And I feel like there are so many people online that are just bullies. that are just the people that knock people's books out of their hands, that put the kick me signs on, that smack people in the head on the way by, that bump into people on purpose. There are so many people like that are grown ass adults acting like children. And it's not okay. It's not okay. Be a damn adult. If you don't like somebody, leave them the F alone. That's my opinion. You know, just don't talk to them. Don't watch their videos. Don't interact with them. Just leave them alone. You know, if you don't want to buy something, don't buy it. Leave them alone. You know, I mean, I think it's one thing to have commentary, you know, to have a discussion about what's happening in the community. But bullying somebody, doing harm, it's one thing to have a discussion about choices that are had. It's another thing to purposely do someone harm. That's my opinion. Sorry, I got a little heated there. I got a little passionate for a second. I'm so done with adults on the internet acting like children. It's like, grow the F up. I agree, Heather. Bullying people for their looks is so childish. So childish. It's ridiculous. All right. Teresa says, he Jen just names BH's follow-up collection. Grow the F up. Yeah, see, I don't know about this, hey. I'm not sure. Jaclyn destroyed her own credibility. That I agree with. As well as murdered a whole brand, Becca. See, I don't know if she murdered Becca. I think Becca murdered themselves. Becca couldn't hold up. After Jaclyn made Becca, in my opinion. I do agree with the first part. But I feel like Jaclyn made Becca with the champagne pop, really put them in the front. But she didn't hold them up. I think they fell on their own, in my opinion. I don't know. And I think also selling to was it Estee Lauder, I believe? I think, yeah, Estee Lauder. Selling to Estee Lauder, they like lost their connection with the consumer, in my opinion. I don't know, but I'd love to hear more about that, about murdering the whole brand, because maybe I'm missing something. I could totally be missing something. But I want to hear more about that. If you have any, like more on that, I would love to read that, because I could totally be wrong. Absolutely. Thank you for commenting that. Now grow the F up palette I buy. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm tired of people being mean to each other. Like, it's one thing critiquing and saying, I don't agree with this and having discussions. Another thing to just be mean. Like, ew, you're icky. Ew, don't be icky. Did I talk about the small fights thing last week? Leaving things for small fighters. It's like my new obsession.
No, you told me about that.
Okay. It's my new thing. And I think it was Justin on Twitter, I'm pretty sure, tweeted me this thing. And it was a thing from TikTok. And the woman was reading, you can go over to my Twitter and see it. Excuse me. But basically the idea is you leave the small fights for the small fighters. That when someone comes at you about something that is inconsequential, it's like, that's such a waste of time. And she's saying, you know, to be successful in life, you know, focusing on the things that are big things. Why waste your time in small, inconsequential fights when you could be spending your time making yourself a better person, or advancing whatever business you have, or, you know, working hard on something, or, you know, just enjoying a Netflix movie, you know, like, why waste your time with these small fights? And there's so many small fighters out there, people that are trying to fight over things that are just completely inconsequential and just fighting about it, not discussing, but fighting. And it's just such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time, especially when you have people that are never going to change their minds. And I have spent so much of my life so way too much of my life fighting small fights. Going over to gossip forums and trying to talk to them, trying to rationalize with them and say, no, you've got the story wrong. I have been trying to fight these small fights for years. And I've realized now how much time I've wasted fighting these small fights when I could have been doing something so much more productive. And I'm just freaking done, and I'm hoping that I got a DM from someone that I don't know. It was a private DM, so I don't want to mention it, but someone else that makes YouTube videos, and they thanked me for posting that because it really resonated with them. And I think that whenever you're in a situation where there's somebody fighting on something that's completely inconsequential, it is our choice whether we want to interact with that or not, or if we want to just be like, you know what, I'm not fighting. I'm walking away from this because it's a damn waste of my time. And I've finally realized that. I've finally it was like a light bulb for me. So I'm hoping, maybe to pass that on to you all. I'm hoping that maybe that might help some of you. And again, the original TikTok is over on my Twitter if you want to check it out. Thank you so much to Cheryl. Oh, and Jalissa, thank you so much for becoming members of the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. If I can find your things, I'll put them on. Yep. There's Jalissa. Thank you so much. And where is, let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. No. Oh, it disappeared. Oh, no, there it is. There's Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Yeah, Angie, if people have a problem with me, that is them having a problem. I don't have a problem with me, so why bother? That's a really good point. And this is where I got stuck, Angie, and you'll have to let me know if you've ever thought this, is that where I got stuck is before I got on YouTube, I always had this thing where if one person tells me something about myself, then it's like, well, whatever, it's just their opinion. But if two people that don't know each other feel that way, then maybe that's something I really need to take internally. Because if two people that don't know me are seeing this about me, then maybe it's true. Two people that don't even know each other, don't have conversations, if they both see it, then maybe that's true. And that's something that I pulled into my heart for a long time. And I think that's why I fought so long and so hard with people who I felt just had me misread. What I realized is it's because of what we've talked about before, that incomplete puzzle picture. When you only see certain parts, it's easy to make connections that are inaccurate because you're not seeing the full picture. So just because people that have seen this small part of my puzzle make this interpretation doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean just because they have a problem with that small part of the puzzle that they see, it can still be inaccurate. It can still be wrong because they're not seeing me for who I am and they're not seeing Angie for who she is. We know ourselves way better than people that see an inaccurate picture because of missing puzzle pieces in our puzzle. So Angie, thank you for contributing that.
Real quick.
Yes.
So apparently it's the 1-year anniversary for some of the members.
Oh.
And they're curious about what the emoji is.
Oh, it's the 1-year anniversary of, I put those in there a year ago. It's a 1-year anniversary for some people that have been in the Collective Brain for a year. So thank you. First of all, thank you so much for that. I didn't even realize it was a 1-year anniversary of the Collective Brain Elite. I put those in there so long ago. I don't remember.
It looks like a little thing like lifting weights.
Oh, it's a brain. Okay, so it's a brain lifting weights. That's what it is. I see it now. It's a little brain, and he's got little weights like this. That's what it is. They have little weights. Well, the brain does not have a gender. So thank you so much for that. Because the brain is genderless. You're right. They have little weights. So it's a little brain with little things. Thank you so much, because it is very small and hard to see, but I couldn't find one that you could see better because you have the strength and the power. Yeah, this is interesting. Banshee Muse says, when you respect yourself, people cannot mess with your head and you can overcome crap talking. And I think that's true. And I think that, my issue in the past has been a lack of self-confidence, because that's something I've been fighting since I was in the 8th grade, as having self-confidence. And it's something that I felt like I mastered for a long time. But it definitely wanes back and forth, where there are times like right now where I feel very confident in who I am, where I feel like I could just rule the world if I wanted to, like I'm taking good steps in good directions and I feel really good about who I am as a person. But then certain things will happen where, I'll make a mistake, I'll do something that I regret or whatever, or I'll do, something, and then it'll just crash back down. So I think those are the times when I am definitely vulnerable to the crap talking. And it's just a matter of just getting myself out of that. But I think you're right as far as when you respect yourself, people cannot mess with your head and you can overcome crap talking. I agree. Yes, Heather, I love this. I feel it's so important to be mindful of how my energy is spent. This includes my actions as well as my thoughts and feelings. You get what you put out. Be kind. Absolutely. I love that, Heather. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know, Samantha, it's so cool that some of you have been members for a year. I appreciate you more than I could ever express. Like, I don't even know how to, I really appreciate it. Yes, Tracy, totally agree. This keyboard negativity is a sport now just to keep it going. And I think that people have fun with each other. With the sport thing, I think this is such a good point, Tracy, because people, like you have one person and they're trying to outdo each other on how mean they can be. And then they just laugh about it, and they're laughing and they're having so much fun together in this like, collective meanness. And it's like, really? Like, that's what you find joy in, is bringing other people? Like, that's who you are? Like, ew, that's who you are. But yeah, it's like a sport. Totally agree. It's gross. It's so gross. It really is. Yeah, Amber, I agree. And it's normal to feel down on certain days. And I've crashed and cried at work, being with doctors, and it sucks, but you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you go at it again. And I think that's where it's really hard sometimes. But knowing that you can, that is a possibility, that is an option, that's something you can do. Maybe it's hard. Maybe just you just don't feel like it right now. And I think there's a time and a place for just being sad. There's a time and a place for just feeling like crap and allowing yourself to feel those feelings and have those days where you just turtle and you just don't do anything if you're able, and just be in your feelings. But when that starts to pass, trying to make a choice to pull yourself up, and circumstances are different for everybody. Some people it's easier, some people it's harder. Some people, they have other things that are contributing beyond the main culprit that make it even harder to pull yourself up. But knowing that you can do it. It's just, it's possible. It's possible is what I'm saying. So thank you, Amber, for that. All right, we only have a couple more minutes left. This chat has gone by way too fast. Yeah, totally, Becky. I just wish people would go by the adage, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. I just don't know how people can be so mean to one another for fun. I think they find it funny. I think these are the same people that, well, not everybody who finds this funny would be mean, but people that are very amused by slapstick comedy of people hurting themselves, they find pain amusing, and it may be because of trauma. It may be because of all kinds of reasons, but it is sad, and I hope that they find their peace. I do. I hope that they find their peace, because it's just hurting somebody and finding joy and causing pain in another person purposely is a level that I don't understand. I will never be able to wrap my brain around that. Being okay with that, knowing you caused pain in another person and being okay with that. Like, that's something I will never understand. So I hope that one day they're able to grow beyond that. That's all I can say. Yeah, this is interesting. Val says, my boyfriend always tells me you have to understand that some people don't have anything else in their life to do. That's it. That's all they have. That's sad. It's really sad. But in the end, what it comes down to is we only have control over our own lives. We only have control over our own choices. We can't control the people who run into you on purpose to knock your books out of your hand. We can't control those people. All we can do is how we react to those people and how much energy and time we want to spend reacting to those people. And that is where I personally feel like I have grown over the past couple of weeks, even like with that light bulb moment, understanding there's nothing I can do for that person. That person has to do what they have to do for themselves. What I have to do is take care of me and be in control of my own life, my own choices, my own emotions, the way that I react to things, what I choose to say publicly, how I choose to interact with people that obviously don't like me and never will. That is something that I need to choose to do to be productive for my own self. I can't care about those people anymore. I can't care about trying to change their mind. I can't care about trying to convince them that I'm not who they say I am. I'm not who they think I am, that they have an incomplete puzzle. I can't invest my time anymore in trying to fill those puzzle pieces for those people. That's not my job. I can't do that. It takes away too much from my own health, my own happiness, and my own life, and my own time. I got better things to do. So that's kind of a big revelation and realization I've come to recently, that I'm just done. I'm just done. So can't go back and change the past. I can't get my time back of all that energy I spent trying to convince people that I'm not who they, the small picture. Can't go back. So all I can do is move forward. And hopefully me talking about my experiences and the choices I'm making help you to make choices that are better for you, whatever those may be. Whatever those may be for you, you are the most important person in your life. So that's what I got to say about that. Thank you so much for being in live chat. I appreciate you so very much. Congratulations. I don't know if it's congratulations the right word. Thank you so much to those of you that have been members of the Elite for a whole year. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And mad love to you. And what else? That's it. Have a great weekend. Rest of your weekend. Have a great week. Well, next week, there is not going to be a What's Up in Makeup show because I'm doing a family thing on Saturday when I usually spend my day editing What's Up in Makeup. But on Sunday, there will be chat. And on Sunday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my notes that I would have put into What's Up in Makeup, and we're going to do a live What's Up in Makeup on Sunday. And I'm really excited for that because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you again for being here. Mad love to you. Have a great week. Stay safe. And I will see you in a video very, very soon. Oh, big announcement on Friday. Big announcement on Friday. I'll see you soon. Bye.